Alright, we're here with Alira, aka Athlete Alira, and we're here with Rebecca, aka Beck Fit. That is fit. We're doing a recap of Victoria's Strongest Woman 2017. First off, Beck, how did you come up with such an original Instagram name?
It's pretty original.
How did you guys find the day? What were your overall placings and what were your thoughts on the day?
I came first, which I'm ecstatic about. Yay!
Good way.
It was a really, really good day. I had the time of my life. Possibly one of the best days of my life that I've always ever.
Not the best comp, just the best day.
Best day. Yeah, everyone that was around me was positive, was having fun. I was battling it out with Karen all day. We were having fun. It was great. It was really, really good.
Beck, you have the same feels?
Yeah, it was a bit of a roller coaster of emotions for me on the day.
Yeah, so what did you place?
I came fourth.
Fourth. Are we happy with fourth?
I'm happy with fourth.
So you girls were in the 62.5 kilo category, 10 competitors. 65 kilo category, 10 competitors. So a fourth place is pretty good.
Yeah.
What'd you come last year?
Fifth.
So we did one better than last year.
8.
Smashing it.
5th out of 8, 4th out of 10.
Yeah, it's kind of the same percentage. Yeah.
Thanks.
No, it's better. It's better.
It's better.
My mistake. It's better.
Yeah.
So we'll start off with the first event. What was the first event? How'd you guys go?
Yoke, 12.5 metres up, 12.5 metres back, 60 seconds to complete.
180 kilos.
180 kilos.
Is that heavy for you guys, or what's the deal?
It's rough.
Yeah, what's the most you've done?
200's the most I've ever done.
Yeah, so it's up there.
Yeah. Because I don't really do it unless it's in a comp, really. I felt like I was going to have to fight for it. Honestly, I didn't think I was going to come first in that event.
So you came first in that one.
Came first
by
in that
like
event.
a second.
Yeah, second in a bit. I don't know.
It was
tight. It was tight.
Pretty close.
Because it was the first event too. Very nervous. I was
Yep.
I was a bit shaky.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember thinking to myself when I was like on the way back, I'm like readjusting
I
like
had
3
the
times, and I was like,
exact
"What are you doing? Pick the bloody thing up!"
And watching the video back, it was like,
Yeah.
why am I just standing there?
And I honestly felt like it went for about 50 years.
Yeah.
I felt like I was going really slow.
It was a pretty good run for yourself. And how was training leading up to that? Did you know that that's about the time you were going to get, or what was training like for the yoke?
I think we did it maybe 3 times, and I think I'd built up to 180.
I think you did 180 for 12.5 metres. You did half.
Yeah,
you did half of the event once. The week before a bit lighter, and the week before a bit lighter.
Yeah.
So not a lot of yoke training. We only got the yoke 3 weeks before the comp.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we were just doing the old chain yoke, yeah? And you didn't do a lot of that.
Done it
Gross.
twice.
It's not much yoke training. So
No.
how did you win the yoke if you haven't done a lot of yoke training?
A lot of speed work,
With what?
explosive deadlifts, back squats, front squats, lots of different movements, but a lot of core work too. I've really been working on my core and my shoulder stabilisation as well.
Awesome. And Beck, how'd you go on yoke?
Bloody amazing.
I
Fuck
think
yeah,
so
you
too.
did.
Bloody amazing.
Yeah. Fourth?
Yeah, 4th.
Fourth?
4th by like 0.5.
Yeah, I was watching it. It was literally a couple
It was
of
like,
yeah, it was
ting,
like
ting.
drop.
Yeah, it
very
was
close.
amazing.
And what was that weight like for you, PB?
Yeah.
Massive
I
PB.
think so.
yeah?
Everyone's telling me it's not, but
So we think last year's yoke was 160.
It was.
I'm sure it was.
Yeah.
Because 140 was the most I'd ever done
And
before that.
Yeah.
What
You
was
just
your
keep it.
training like leading up to this year's yoke? What did you hit in training?
I picked up 180
You didn't walk with it?
for a couple meters.
Yeah, you got
Like
halfway,
literally
didn't
a
you?
couple meters.
And then on the day, up and back.
Up and
Ran
back.
with it.
No
No
drops?
drops.
No drops.
No
Pretty fast.
drops.
Do you remember your time overall?
It was like 30.15 seconds.
So just
Nice.
under a metre per second.
I thought I was going to take the entire 60 seconds in
Yeah.
the whole event to
Yeah.
get it up and back. And I was happy to do that as long as I finished it. But I honestly thought I was going to take the whole 60 seconds,
Yeah.
not 30 seconds.
Alright, so
Half the
keeping
time
that
that
in
you thought.
mind,
Yeah.
well, that's an interesting.
Wow.
If you had a bit more confidence going into it, so if you entered it thinking it's going to be a grind, you're going to take 60 seconds, do you think that affected your outcome? No?
Probably not, because literally, that specific event, I don't think I could have done
That's
any
the
more
best
than
you could
what
have
I did on that day.
Very much. So you got first, you got fourth. Good start to the day.
Surprising start to the day.
Yeah.
Next event, farmers. Heck, why don't you tell us about farmers?
Do I have to?
Yes, we're going to read. Do you have it on?
Because I actually
I do,
don't.
yeah.
I don't actually know what happened.
Tell us what happened. Relive the moment.
So,
Spare no details.
started off well. 60 seconds felt heavy picking it up. It always does. 60 seconds, 60 kilos per hand.
Yep.
Always feels heavy picking it up. But when I'm walking with it, it's fine.
Yeah.
And I tried to kind of just keep the event is head to head, and I tried to not look at where she was, but when she's in front of me,
It's a bit hard not to see
it's
it.
a bit hard not to. So as I think I did 2 laps, so 15 metres up, 15 metres back, and then another 15 metres up, dropped it, turned around, the plates were on top of each other, they were crooked, and I saw her just go, and I was like, just pick it up, like don't even worry about it. And because of that, I dropped it, and you can't drop it in the 2 15-metre marks, obviously. And I know that I could have done the full 60 seconds with it had I had just taken a couple of seconds to reset myself, and just go at my own pace. And I think that's where I went wrong, is that I didn't just go at my own pace. I tried to go at someone else's pace, and that I couldn't do. And so I made a mistake, and I got angry, and
So a last place out of 10 people, so you get 1 point for that, and that's a massive drop.
it
and
makes
quite
a huge
devastating.
difference. It's absolutely devastating, and I could have allowed that to affect the rest of the day.
Yeah.
But luckily I had some amazing people.
So you managed to claw back a bit.
Bash it out of you.
Yeah.
So is there anything you could have done differently in training to do better at that event, or is there anything, what could you have done, or what can you do next time to do better on
I
that
think
one?
so. I think it was a matter of I had to stuff it up in order to learn from that.
Slow down.
There was nothing
about it.
Yeah, there was nothing in training that we could have done. I don't think anyway, because it wasn't the weight, and it wasn't the
You didn't
event.
actually slip. You
No.
didn't slip out of your hands.
No.
You just didn't pick it up right
Yeah.
because you rushed it.
And so it wasn't the event itself or my grip or anything like that.
So it's a tough way to learn the next time, and I say tough because if it wasn't for that event, you would have been on the podium, yeah?
Yeah.
So we are 1.5 points between you and third, and you got last on that event. I did the maths before. Out of the 4 events, not including farmers, your average points was 3.75, as in third place, somewhere between third and fourth. So even if you'd had a bad one and slipped to 5th, 6th or 7th, you would have been on the podium. So that's pretty devastating.
Last in that,
Sorry to bring it up, not. But I've had to go through it too. I've come the first 90s comp I ever did. I came last in the first event in farmers. Made a couple of mistakes and then clawed my way back to second.
I think I had to do that. I think I had to. It had to happen because otherwise I would never have known that. Like people tell you. This is an interesting conversation I had the other day. Was people tell you have to just stop, don't compare yourself to other people, don't run other people's races, run your own race. But people can tell you that all their life
Until you experience
it and realise it for yourself that it's not going to make a difference.
Yeah.
And I think I had to experience that bad event.
Very Dr. Phil of you, but
I know.
Alira, tell us about your farmers. Can we keep this a bit more upbeat? It's gone a little bit down.
It's your fault.
How'd farmers go?
It was good. I knew that it was going to be gassy as hell, and I knew that I was going to have to be consistent, but also very strategic on if I knew that my forearms, like I needed to know my body well enough to know, all right, no, I'm not going to be able to hold on for that full distance. Having trained multiple different ways kind of taught me what my forearms could and couldn't do, especially with like the go as far as you can kind of distance. So that was really good because if I didn't know where I was on the leaderboard, I could have possibly have done what Beck had done. On the last final lap, I knew that I was not going to make that full distance if I picked it up straight away. I actually knew that my forearms weren't going to give it to me. And Karen was picked it up straight away and went, and I was just like, I need to rest, otherwise I'm not actually going to make this. So I made the split decision to rest for about a second or two, I don't know what you would call it. Rejig. Picked it up and just gridded it to the end.
Yep.
Yeah. And then Karen was able to get back maybe another metre. But I was really happy that I made that decision because then I became equal second with 2 other people rather than like a 5th.
Yep.
So I was really pleased with myself that I knew my body well enough. I knew where I was in the leaderboard. At that stage, I mean, it is only the second event, but I knew where everyone was, not for any other reason, but to know what I was going to place in that event if I dropped it.
Yep. Good start. And then third event, monster dumbbell. So Beck, you went first, and this was one that you both killed it.
Yeah.
So what did you place in the monster dumbbell?
Third.
How many reps?
13.
13. And Alira?
First with 15.
First. And then Karen in between on 14. So, and what was the next best? You know, what was like 4th and 5th? Was it way off, or were they still up there? Don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I think it was
Lisa
a little bit.
would have. Oh, Jodie did quite well. I don't know what the scores were.
I don't think it was close to 13, 14, 15 reps. People got a few reps, and that was it. They were their PBs and stuff like that. But
I know they were pretty happy with what they'd gotten out because in training they hadn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys killed it, and a few comments on technique and how smooth it looked. Even Beck, even though you didn't get as many as Alira, it was kind of looked.
It's just consistent.
It looked really smooth.
Yeah.
Maybe you stayed on the same arm. So how did you train for that, or how did that come about?
I don't know.
Because didn't you suck at monster dumbbell
I did.
a year ago against Alira?
2016. Yeah, the fitness expo. And that came up. I can't remember what weight it was, but
I really sucked at that. I got like 1 rep. You beat me in that event.
I still don't believe that, but anyway. But
remember
I had never got it up that
weight
at all ever until the comp.
Yeah, Scott put an announcement over saying we just found Alira's weakness. I was like, shut up! I'm currently competing.
So training was just normal for that event?
Yeah, well, it's another one like yoke that you don't really train unless it comes up in a comp. And
but you were well enough prepared for it?
Yeah, I think so. I think my upper body strength has improved a lot in the last few months, 6 months or so. So I was I felt confident because of how that's progressed.
The weight felt light on the day. If you did 12 reps, it must have felt pretty light. Alira, how did yours feel on the day, and how did you train for it? Anything specific?
Really good. I know that I've been working on my rear muscles of my back, so like rear delts, lower traps, that kind of thing. I've actually been really enjoying that. But this was one of my events that I didn't want to walk away and feel like it was a shit event, because at Worlds in October I got the dumbbell up but then it twisted and I couldn't get a rep. I zeroed out on that event and I just promised myself that would never happen again. So I mean I've been on that thing all the time.
But this dumbbell that you guys use, that was a lot easier than the one we use here,
Yeah, I was just like, oh, that's nice. A nice little handle instead of this big chunky thing.
So the girls have been training with even the handle that we use, the boys, is smaller than that one. That's the biggest handle.
Yeah, it's huge.
So pretty good to keep training with that.
Yeah, definitely.
So sometimes maybe training with implements that are harder is the way to go instead of looking for the easy way out.
Yeah, definitely.
Even if it means you have to move less weight and less reps in training.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
I made it rather than a negative, I made it a positive. Like I was excited to train it. I was excited no matter what I did.
Better at it.
Yeah, to get better at it. Like it was a chance for me to get better at something, not just, oh my god, this event's coming up.
Yeah.
It's kind of like awesome. Like I have an opportunity to get back to where I want to be and do better than what I did last time. Yeah.
Fourth event, deadlifts.
Yeah.
Beck, you went first. How'd you go on the deadlifts? How many reps did you get?
13.
13 with 105 kilos on an axle.
Yeah.
Big PB, yeah?
Yeah.
What's the most you did in training? Did we do any 105s in training?
Yeah.
No, I think you were a little bit less.
No, I think I did it heavier.
Did 110 for 3?
110 for like 6.
110
Oh,
for
is that what we
6.
did that?
Yeah, with the but I had the suit on.
Yep.
And yeah.
Lyra, how many reps?
20 counted, 21 in total.
Quite get one counted at the end.
Yeah.
And you had the suit on. I didn't hear, I was a bit nervous to give you the suit to wear on the day, thinking maybe there'd be some comments. I don't know how many, I saw a couple of the boys wear suits as they're allowed. So how did you feel? Did it help? What does the suit do?
The suit kind of holds you in a little bit. It stops my lower back from fatiguing for a following event. That's what I like about it. And it just kind of makes you feel a little bit more secure, doesn't it? It's kind of like an extra layer of really tight skin.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it hurts when it cuts into your quads and whatever, but yeah, it just makes it more comfortable to deadlift. And then I feel like if I do round a little bit through my form, which I did in the last few reps, that I know that I'm still not going to pull up sore, and my lower back didn't pull up sore at all. Like, I just wasn't sore in that area, which was kind of nice.
So one thing that happened was you guys were right after each other in the deadlift. The plan was for you both to use a suit.
Yeah.
But we just found that we didn't have time for Beck to use it, get out of it, and you get into it without feeling rushed. So looking back, I know you only used the suit a couple of times, Beck. Do you think if you had used the suit, you could have got 1 or 2 more reps, and therefore there's another chance to get on the podium?
I would say yes.
Yeah, I think the reason I didn't go for another rep was because I thought I had no time, and apparently I did have time. Looking at the video, I did have time to do another rep.
That's what I was getting
And I just wonder, like, if I had the suit, maybe I would have just done it anyway, like, regardless.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. There's a lot that I could say that I could have done differently on the day, but the day's done now, and we know for next.
So what did you place on that one?
Equal something.
3rd or 5th?
Equals something.
I got 5.5 points for that bit. That's all.
Oh, was it equal third? It was equal third or
fourth, I think.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So some pretty good points for your going into it, what we thought would be your weakest event.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
And then you're up there
Kind of
with...
turned around.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Pretty well. And then the last event, going into that, you're still tied.
Yep.
You're tied for first, and you've clawed your way back. You must have been in
I was 5th going into the last event,
5th.
which I was not happy with, but...
So stones for max height, 70 kilos, and you were worried you hadn't used... When was the last time you did stones?
like proper stone, I don't know, really. Yeah. Oh, like...
Actually trained it.
Trained it.
Long time.
A really long time.
Yeah.
Like,
You guys weren't really trained stones, weren't you?
No, like,
We did
light
it at the
stones
Battle of Ballarat, but
that stone for me was a max. That what we did on Sunday was my max stone, because I never tested a max stone before.
So you've never done
So
70? Or that was an equal PB?
I don't think I'd ever done 70 on a round stone. I've done 70 kilo natural stone, but...
So for max height, what did you place in that event?
first.
And that was enough to win the whole day.
That was when I had to get that last stone
To
over the bar to win, otherwise it would have gone equal first, and then it would have been count back.
I think count back.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Becky got a 3rd.
Yeah.
And that was enough to bump you from 5th up to 4th, which is pretty cool. So you guys did really well at that, even though we don't train without the stones. We do have the dead balls. We do
Dead balls every now and again.
And I think
every now and again, or a lot. I have a feeling. So then that was all the events for the day. All good fun. Leaves Alira in first, and as I mentioned, Beck in 4th. If we take away, and the 3rd was a fair way off 1st and 2nd, so it really was kind of a battle for 3rd. And I still think you were unlucky not to get onto the podium. And that's what it takes sometimes in strongman. It's a sport of centimetres and a sport of seconds, and the strongest person doesn't always win because mistakes are made, and there's so many people in your girls' category. So you
Lots,
can't
right.
one mistake as you found, and
Yeah.
so you did well.
Pushes you
Definitely
right
did well to
down.
claw back, but I mean, should have been on the podium. Will be on the podium
I
next year. And
Do
I mean,
deserve to be at Arnold's.
if Alira and Karen, if Alira and Karen weren't there, it's about. I mean, you're up there with one of the strongest in Victoria, which, as I said in one of
Yeah.
mine,
Can you guys just get one?
I think it's one of the strongest
It really
lightweight
is.
categories in the country.
Yeah.
So
It's Victoria has the
Compared
strongest
to when I started
competitors.
competing,
It's exploded.
Yeah.
Well,
any closing remarks? Anything you guys want? Thanks to Aaron.
Thank you, Aaron, for
For a comp.
yet again another awesome comp,
thanks, Aaron.
and all the helpers and everybody that was involved. It's just a really good day. It's great. I had a really good time.
Yeah.
Amanda was there. We got to see people like Karen, like
That we
people-
don't see all the time.
Exactly.
Like, we train together, so like, I don't need to see you.
Yeah. But it's just really nice to, see everyone
Yeah.
social media wise, but then like actually get to see everybody on the day, and it's just pleasant, and people are positive and cheering for each other.
It was,
That's
a
big one.
It was a good comp for that.
Yeah. I feel like that's necessary in this
Yeah.
sport. There's no point.
It's fun. Like,
Yeah. You should be there to support each other no
And,
matter what.
be competitive.
Yeah, be
but
competitive when the time is right,
that's-
but when it's not your turn, like be there for other people.
And I think that's what attracts people to the sport is the friendliness and the
Yeah.
fun that it brings.
Exactly.
Even on the day, 2 comments from people watching it for the first time that were surprised
Yeah.
by it. They've either been involved in bodybuilding or been watching bodybuilding and powerlifting, and they were almost confused by
Yeah.
how many people were cheering
Yeah.
for people they didn't know or people
Yeah.
they were against.
And a lot of people that came to watch, the comments that I got was there was so many different body types. Like I know that
Yeah.
for CrossFit, because it's strength and conditioning, they're very slender, they're very ripped. But whereas strong women, like you can have someone that's tall and ripped, short and ripped, someone that's not so ripped, like it
You can say fat.
bigger.
Being
Higher
respectful.
body.
But I mean, like there are some, like it doesn't matter what you look like on the day.
Yeah.
It's what are you physically capable
Yeah.
of. No one cares what you look like.
Yeah.
People care
How
about
strong are you?
how strong you are, what you've done to get there, and how nice a person you are. And that's literally
Yeah.
it. We don't care what you look like.
Well said. Thank you, girls, for coming.
Good to-